Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is a little bonus reading. It's all about you, so what you're going through, the pressures that perhaps you may be under, how you're channeling your energy, and what is to come for you as well. Of course, if love, money, career, and all of those wonderful things come up, then I will address them, but this is mainly about your energy and how you're forging away with the future and what it is that you're attaching to when it comes to the energy that is available for you to tap into. Okay, so let us begin. Now, it's really interesting because they're actually showing me a very wonderful and cute image, actually. It's a spider. So if some of you do not like spiders, I do apologize, but what I'm seeing in the water right now is I mean, the spider looks really cute and fluffy. It's a real spider, I think, and it's quite colorful, and it's doing this little dance. It's really odd. It's, I mean, spiders tend to represent good luck, good fortune, and I feel that this little spider's dance of whatever it is that they're doing, I think it's like either a mating dance or perhaps it's like, attraction dance. So perhaps some of you are trying to attract better luck because you may have felt that you've gone through the ringer recently. Or perhaps you are a little bit more focused on attracting a mate at this time. Now, as I said, this reading is not really meant to be about love or career or any of those things or, even money. But they are showing me that. So I'm not really sure how else to decode it. As I said, spiders, they tend to represent good luck, that you are the architect of your dreams. If you think about a spider's web, it's about catching opportunity and a call to faith, and that something that you've been waiting for or trying to attract is showing up for you. But it's almost like some of you perhaps have felt a little bit unseen from the universe recently or in the last couple of years, and you're wondering if you're going to be noticed for better luck or better opportunity. It's almost like this little spider is kind of like, hey, me, I'm doing my thing over here. Anybody noticing? So it's not that you are calling attention to yourself. I feel it's more that you are hoping that just by doing you, that you are attracting better things, okay? So that's what's coming out there. I mean, I don't know how else to decode that image, so I'm going to leave that there because it is very precise. But yeah, so we'll move on from that. And I do apologize if some of you are like, you know what? You don't really like spiders. Even the mention of one can make some friends really like freak out. But this is a really cute one. So maybe it's going to be like a video or a meme or a reel or something that you're going to see that is an indication that something better is on the horizon. Anyway, let's move on from that energy. I can see looking at your chart straight away that you are so done with 2023. You're looking to have more comfort. You are trying to slow down the energy because some of you have been overloaded. You are in need of a break. And whether you're in a career environment or you are currently looking for work or whether you're retired or, that you are busy doing stuff around the home or helping other people, I definitely see that you've been giving a lot of yourself. And I feel that some of you are like burning the candle at both ends and you've had a lot of pressure on your shoulders recently. I feel like you've been trying to do it all. Okay, trying to be that wonderful, generous help to other people. You're distributing your time and your energy to many different things. And some of you may have found it hard to it's almost like I'm feeling like two worlds, navigate two worlds. So perhaps it's like ambition or money, and then also family, finding that in between spot. Or maybe it is that you've been trying to find some sort of grounding in having fun and looking after your responsibilities and the tasks that you've had to apply yourself to over the last couple of months and years. Okay, but that Nine of Wands, that is your protagonist energy. So I definitely see that some of you are in need of a major rest, and you're kind of like so over the year that you can't wait to embrace 2024. However, a lot of signs are very cautious about what 2024 is going to bring. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some bumps in the road in 2024 for us all collectively. There are some changes coming in as well, but I definitely see that you are leading with your heart, you're leading with love, and I feel like you are bringing a bit more fun, spontaneity into your world, as well as flexibility. You've got that Seven of Pentacles there, and that flexibility is going to really help you as you move through 2024 as well, okay? You make an effort in every single thing that you do, and you always put your whole heart and soul into everything, and maybe that's why sometimes you feel unappreciated or underestimated, undervalued in some situations, because I feel like you've gone through a lot, and you may feel that whilst there has been a lot of pressure, you may feel that maybe the universe doesn't notice how hard you're working towards something, or maybe the people in your life right now don't appreciate all the extra little things that you do for them. I definitely see that they do. They may not say it, they may not verbalize it, but deep in their heart, there's a lot of love here for you and a lot of respect. Even when someone is a little bit grouchy or a little bit kind of snappy, I feel like they are dealing with their own thing, of course, and it's projected energy. However, I do see that they notice that you like try to make things really special. You know, you put your everything into things, and I feel there will be a conversation where this person or people, because I feel it's more than one. I feel like it's more than one person who tells you how awesome you are and how much they value your presence and the little extra things that you do. You know, you're very thoughtful, and, you know, you always go that extra mile for the people that you truly care about. And I feel like a verbalized conversation is coming your way, maybe even a handwritten note, but it's from the heart. You know, it's someone in particular, I feel it's family related, or someone you consider your soul tribe, who says, you know what, I'm so thankful that you're, you know, in my life, and that you're my rock, or that you're the person who really like puts yourself out there and helps. And I feel there's some really great karma coming your way as well. And it just reestablishes a bond between you and this person and deepens it. I mean, for example, if you're a parent, you know, you're putting your whole self into raising your children, and some children may not be mature enough to, give their appreciation in certain circumstances, because they're learning about boundaries when they're younger. How far can they take things? So I feel, you know, even with young children, you're going to get this communication of appreciation, that you're doing a really awesome job, because sometimes it's like high pressure, and this time of year in particular, there's a lot of pressure going on there as well. And I feel that, you know, there is going to be this moment of like, you know what? There's just a good feeling of love, of warmth happening, okay? And if some of you are currently looking for your soul tribe and you haven't found your group of people, I see some of you joining some sort of community or getting involved in the community in some way. It could be to do with something that you love doing, because they're actually showing me a name badge right now. Very interesting. So some of you may attend an event where a name tag is needed or necessary, or you're introducing yourself to people. I definitely see that a lot of you will be doing like extracurricular things that perhaps you don't do every month or every year. I just get a sense of you trying new things, seeing new events, festivals, new experiences, new people. And I feel like you are just out with the old, in with the new. That's the energy that I've got coming from your reading. But they're still showing me that name badge or name tag. So it can mean that you're going to attend an event where you wear one, or it could be that you're more focused on your confidence, your identity, you're establishing boundaries, you're putting your own needs first, not in a selfish way, in a really healthy way. Or maybe you are discovering part of yourself that you feel like you lost touch with. You know, this can be about identifying your own needs. If you felt a little bit on autopilot or a little bit numb recently, things that you used to be really passionate about, you may have felt a little bit meh about it, and you are reigniting that lust for life and that passion for those things. So some of you may actually return to things that you used to love doing, whether it's playing an instrument, learning a language, whether it's, you know, reading a book in the park, or whether it is like taking yourself off for a little road trip. Whatever it is that you used to love doing that perhaps you haven't had the time to do, I definitely see you reconnecting to that at this time. Now, also, they're still showing me that image, so it can mean that I'm getting an energy here of you identifying a growing gap between you and certain individuals in your life, because you're all evolving, and it's okay to mature and step away from people who no longer vibe with you. Sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to do that, because we can have a person who's been in our life for years and years and years, and they're just like, you know, part of the furniture, shall we say. But as we mature and certain things happen in the world or in our personal circumstances, we may mature in different directions or be interested in different things, and we may start to notice a separation or a distance. And sometimes we can really try to hold on to that to, you know, keep a level of tradition or conventionalism in our immediate circumstances. But sometimes it's okay to just give permission to say, okay, with love, I let go of the situation. And if we mature and evolve back together in a situation, then it shall be so. So it could be that, or you're actually reestablishing your traditions, or you're making yourself known or seen in some way. I mean, it really comes back to that little spider again. So I'm not really sure if I'm actually pinpointing the energy that I'm getting from that image, and I will get to your cards in a moment, but if I don't really address the image that comes up in the scrying, it will stay there. But I mean, maybe it's simple as like meeting new people or being in a new environment and letting people get to know you and who you are and really expressing yourself. They're giving me two words: new phase, new phase. Okay, so it could be that you are opening yourself up to exciting new beginnings, especially since your first card is new beginnings. Okay, it actually says here beginnings east. Okay, now when you get this card, it's about exploration. It's about being curious about what else is out there. But also, some of you may be in a period of research to do new things, or you know, explore your neighborhood or even your country in a different way, or even part of the world in a different way. I feel like you're being bold and daring and opening yourself up to your true north. And I get a sense here from this card, when you know, you know. You're listening to your heart, you're overcoming obstacles, and I feel like you're looking at the next steps in your life, and mainly you're focused on your purpose. Okay, and we can recognize we don't have a singular purpose. We have many different purposes, many different things that we want to accomplish, and some of you may have been spreading yourself thin. You may have had a lot on your plate, pushed and pulled in many different directions, and whilst you want new energy, new experiences, new people, you may be so overloaded that you're like, do I even have space for new? But I feel like you're promising yourself for the new year that you want to get out there and try new things, or you want to shake life up a little bit. And I definitely see you opening yourself up to more fun, more spontaneity, and like almost reigniting the magic back in life. Because as we mature, you know, it's not that we get jaded. It can be that we start to get a little bit numb with the everyday, and it's really about getting back in touch with our inner child, or that part of ourself that is open and playful and, you know, recognizes that the world has a lot of potential and possibilities. Now, don't get me wrong, is what I was going to say. Don't get me wrong. It's really important to recognize that life is hard, okay? Sometimes we can't just frivolously run off and have so much fun and neglect our responsibilities. We need to take accountability for our life. And I definitely see that you're trying to bring the spark or the magic back in some way, whilst at the same time remaining grounded in the everyday. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands is, you know, a very interesting card of making a lot of effort and feeling like somehow you're still at a standstill, that you've been putting so much hard work into everything that you do, and yet you still feel to some degree that you're in the same place. How is it that everything feels new and different, whilst at the same time it feels exactly the same? And you may have felt that over the last couple of years. that something has changed. You can't really put your finger on it. I mean, collectively, we've all gone through a major event that has brought a level of trauma or a level of expectancy that makes us feel like we're in flight or fight mode sometimes. And it can indicate that something within you has changed. But still, the surroundings are somehow the same, and it may look like everybody's like getting back into their rhythm, or you're in your rhythm, but at the same time, there's something that is changed. It just feels like something's different, okay? And this Nine of Wands is questioning. It's about caution, it's about uncertainty, and it's about reevaluating circumstances. So some of you, it's almost like you're on a bit of a pause to sort of, look around you before proceeding any further in something that you want to invest in or that you want to move towards. These two cards are like at a standstill, even though it feels like the world around you is still whirring around and you've got lots of things that you need to do, like tasks, paying bills, responsibilities, everything that you have on your plate right now, administrative stuff. I really feel like you're in the flow of still doing, but it just feels that somehow you're at a standstill, or that's how you're feeling right now. I do feel with the Nine of Wands, there's been a lot of struggle, that you are exhausted. You're so over 2023. And, some of 2023 may have brought a lot of disappointment or self-sacrifice. And I feel some of you have also had some problems sleeping or feeling drained with your energy. And you're questioning, is 2024 going to be any different? Is there something worse on the horizon? Because some of you, it's almost like I get this energy of, if you've been burnt or hurt or gone through a difficult circumstance, you may be wondering what's next, okay? So some of you are cautiously moving into 2024 going, I'm ready just in case, but at the same time, you're trying to embrace the moment, find that fun, that spontaneity. And it can feel really hard to navigate those two worlds where you feel like you should be doing something. However, the world is a really hard place and you're trying to, do the practical things that we all have to do. And it's like, where's the magic at? How can I bring a little bit more of it into life in general? So I feel you're going to recharge your batteries over the next 6 weeks. And I definitely see this vitality coming in. And I feel, there's this warmth that's coming in as well, this stability, because I feel a lot of you are trying really hard to create stability for you and your family, and that's not just in terms of wealth. I feel like it's in terms of emotional reciprocity, in terms of balance, harmony, and I feel like you expect sometimes to find the fly in the ointment. However, things are going to get infinitely better for you. Now, we do have the Knight of Pentacles. You are a hard worker, whether you're in a career or not. You're definitely someone who puts your whole heart and soul into everything, okay? Now, even if you're retired, I feel like you're still connecting to projects and you are challenging yourself in really great ways. And I feel like you're being very savvy with your finances, but also the questioning is like, what's my true purpose? Is there something else I should be connecting to? How should I spend my time? Because I just get this energy, the name tag and the spider. For some of you, you may feel like you're just not seen. Okay, and that can be very, very difficult. And again, I'm really wanting to underpin the energy is not like in a showy, offy way. It's not in an egotistical way of look at me. It's like misunderstood or misaligned or, undervalued. I just get this energy of you like so disappointed in some situations where you give your all, and it's not that you're expecting a person or a situation to give their all back, but it would be nice if there was some sort of reciprocity. And I feel like you're really trying to address the balance. I feel like you're learning the word no. So you establish healthier boundaries and, in a very diplomatic and healthy way, saying, you know what, I'd love to help you do all your stuff, but I've got some stuff of my own that I'm going through right now. And when I'm done with that, I'll absolutely come and help you. I feel like you are trying to, not politely, I don't feel like you are someone who is trying to be a people pleaser. However, I feel like you are erecting healthier boundaries, and it's like you're on a journey of discovery to know who you are, know what you want, and be really precise about your world. Whether that's like picking an item of clothing that says, okay, that really expresses who I am, or that is really me. I feel like you're choosing things precisely in your world, and also you're cutting things out precisely in your world if they do not vibe with you. So I'm definitely getting this energy of trying to find groundedness. And I mean, the Knight of Pentacles, It's an energy of being careful with your finances as well, you know, spending when you need to, of course, saving when you can. And I feel like you're actually going to attract more abundance. So if you're hoping to do that, I feel like you may be looking at alternative forms of, you know, setting up alternative streams of income, whether this is in terms of new business ventures or creative pursuits. I definitely get a sense that some of you are reorganizing your world as well. You may be going through stuff, decluttering, and thinking, you know what, I don't vibe with this anymore. This doesn't really express who I am, or this isn't what I'm about right now, or you know what, I used to love this, but not so much anymore. Could I gift this to somebody who could love it more than me? Could I sell this on and they could love it more than me? And I definitely get a sense here that there could be lots of different financial streams of income coming in for you as well. Now, I do want you to be aware, and I hate this message, but it is coming through here, so I have to give it to you. There may be a bill that comes in that's a little bit more than you expected. Okay, now I feel like you're going to cover it. It's all going to be good, but it may be a little bit disappointing. Don't allow that pessimism to come in, because what I'm seeing here is that, you know, you're going to almost like if there's a hole, you're going to fill it. So I feel like the money comes right back to you, but at first it may leave you a little bit short. Okay, shorter than you thought is what I'm seeing. I feel that you've got this, but I'm just seeing it come through there, so I have to mention it. I mean, it could be like a bill that you normally have monthly. It may increase for some reason, or maybe it's even a mistake. I'm not feeling the energy of like it being returned to you just yet. So maybe it's something that you'll fight for and it'll be returned in 2024. But I see it like either it's a bill that comes out early or it's a little bit more than you expect. So just watch out for that. Keep an eye on your finances. Make sure that there's enough in the account. Otherwise, if someone takes like a bill that you usually pay monthly, they take it early, it could mean that you're left in arrears or, you know, accumulating some sort of interest because you were unaware. You thought that your money would go in this date and that then the bill would come out this date, but actually the bill comes out before the money goes in, if that makes sense. So that's coming up there, and that may not resonate with everyone, but it is coming through, so I have to mention it. Now, we do have magic. So I feel like you are going to discover that magic. Most importantly, you're going to discover that you are the magic. You have infinite possibilities to change your life. Manifestation is the key to you getting what you want. And some of you, you may have been too busy to really focus on manifestation, but I feel it is going to work a lot more for you in 2024. Now, this card can indicate that some of you have felt very scattered because it's in the resistance position. And you do have the Seven of Pentacles there, which is also to be a little bit all over the place. And it can mean that you've taken a lot on your plate, that you have overloaded yourself in some way. And that's why you've got the Nine of Wands there. I feel like a lot of you have so many tasks that you need to tie up before the end of the year. And I feel like it's a very busy time for you. So some of you may feel a little bit forgetful in moments. You know, we are going through Mercury retrograde as well, so that doesn't help. But as you move into 2024, it's going to be fine, okay? I feel like you're back in the flow of things. Also, we've got the Page of Pentacles, and it's in the resistance position. So it can indicate some of you may be dealing with somebody who causes a bit of problem or, you know, energy. It could be someone younger than you who tries to push your buttons, someone who is trying to abuse their power in a situation, or even if it's someone that you're trying to motivate, they could try to waste your time, or they could try to almost like derail you. So for example, if you're a parent and you're trying to encourage your child to do one thing, they could come up with like a million excuses why they shouldn't do that one thing. Or it could be that you find out that actually they've been doing something else at this time and you're not best pleased with it. It will be resolved. We've got an Ace of Cups here and the Ten of Cups. So it's like everything gets sorted. There is a solution, but I feel you may find that out during the next 6 weeks, okay? Now, also, this card is a very important card because it indicates that there is magic everywhere to be found, but we must look for it. And if we're exhausted or we're busy adulting, because, you know, adulting is hard, it can take the magic out of life, that luster, that, you know, spark, that joy de vivre, because you're thinking about all the things you have to do that bring you down to earth with a bump, like paying bills, like, you know, having family over and having to, you know, create a wonderful dinner for them and all of those things. Those things are exciting, but the hard work that goes into it is exhausting. So it's almost like you're trying to be in the flow of everything and you may be spreading yourself a little bit thin. It does get easier. You will get into a rhythm of things as well, okay? Now, also this card can indicate that some of you have doubted something, it could have been a job. So for example, if you've been looking for a job or an opportunity to increase your finances and you have had nothing develop for you, or things have been very stagnant in that area, don't lose hope, because I definitely see, like, out of the blue, there's an opportunity that comes in. So you may be starting something new. Page of Pentacles is the start of new finance, okay? But I actually feel like you've got a couple of opportunities that come in. You're going to pick the one that, of course, brings you more finances, okay? But at the same time, I feel like it brings emotional fulfillment, security, and the place that you decide to work at, it feels like a family environment, okay? You just get a really good vibe when you go to this establishment. So if you are currently looking for work, or even thinking about, you know, moving on to a different role, it's almost like more of a family feel there as well. Now, a lot of you are going to be focused on, you know, seeing family members or soul tribe members during this time. And also, a lot of you are going to be thinking about people who are not able to join you at this time. And, you know, I'm going to pull a card on it, but I'm getting like this lament that's coming through there. Some of you may feel a little bit disoriented by this person's presence not being there, whether they're on the physical plane or not. I get a sense that you would have rather have had a connection with this person, but I feel like you will hear from this person. This person's going to keep in close contact, and if they have passed over and transitioned, they're going to send you a sign, okay? And it may even be that yeah, this person loves you. They're going to send you a message. Even though they're detached from you, they're going to send you a message. I mean, it could even be that you're going to see a reel, like a little video of that dancing spider. Or, I mean, hopefully you don't have like a spider in your home that's like pretty huge and colorful and like doing this little dance in the corner. And you're like, you know what? You live there now, and we'll just corner off that part of the house. You can have that. And, you know, I'll just go about my business over here. You know, some of those huge spiders, you're like, nope, not going to go near that one. That one now rules, and I'm just going to live over here. But of course, if you like spiders, I kind of like them. They're cute. But if you like them, then of course, no worries. But I feel that it's an indication of being guided towards better luck, that there are better things to come, okay? Now, of course, also with respect, I'm going to move away from the energy, but we do have a Queen of Swords here and the Lover's card. There just seems to be someone who's at a distance from you, who perhaps is a little bit detached. They may be very independent, someone who doesn't check in regularly or doesn't message you regularly, or you don't hear from them a lot. You're going to hear from this person, okay? They've been thinking about you, you've been on their mind, and I feel like they want to talk, and I do feel actually they want to see you. So they may travel to see you at a later date, but I feel like the conversation will be flowing. And if this is someone that perhaps you've argued with, or there's been a bit of discord with, I feel like this person breaks the ice in order to extend the olive branch without really extending the olive branch, if you know what I mean. So it's almost like if you argue with someone and nobody's saying sorry, and then one person like breaks the ice by saying, I'm going to make a cup of coffee. Do you want one? And then you're like, yeah, okay. And then it's like, it's breaking the ice, but nobody's really said sorry. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example, and it may not happen that way, of course. They're not going to just call you up and say, do you want a coffee? I'm making one. But it may happen. But I just get this sense that this person, they're going to try and find a way of broaching the subject after that, and you're going to both have a very deep conversation that really does like bring harmony to your relationship and deepen the connection, okay? Now also, the Queen of Swords and the Lover's card can also be about establishing your independence in relationships, especially if you're married, for example, or in a high-level commitment. It's about remembering who you are, because, you know, if you're in a long-term relationship, we merge with that person, and, you know, we get into a pattern, a cycle of repeat, and whilst that's wonderful, it feels comfortable, it's also important to establish, you know, your self-sufficiency, not because you're going to go your separate ways, ways, but it has that independent energy where you go off and do things that you love doing for you, and both of you come back together and discuss it. So I feel like some of you may be trying to find a little bit more independence in loving relationships. For example, also if you're in the home space and you live with your parents or guardians, and you want to leave home, you want to establish a sense of independence, you may be working really hard towards that, and you may see a major breakthrough on that as you move through 2024. But I feel like there's such a deep connection there that you'll keep the bond, but at the same time you will be very self-sufficient, independent, and you will march to the beat of your own drum. Now also, we do have Mercury retrograde. Not every beautiful Aquarian out there is going to hear from their ex, but there is a strong potential that there's a very immature energy coming through, someone who perhaps did not invest in a relationship with you in the first place. I feel like they were emotionally unavailable. This person genuinely actually does love you, but they're not capable of opening up to a high level commitment in the way that you deserve. Okay, so this person, they'll reach out. You may be a little bit detached towards this person because I feel that this person either wasted your time, they may have ghosted you, or maybe, they were very scattered in their energy. I feel like they have almost like restored a sense of what they kind of want. At the same time, this person, they're still a little bit wishy-washy. So just watch out for that, because I feel like there's love here if you want it, but I feel it's new. I feel like for those of you who are looking for love, you actually meet somebody new. And maybe that's what the name tag is about. It's like, putting yourself out there to be seen or to meet new people, someone who doesn't actually know you or your name yet. I feel like you're going to meet someone new, okay? Now also we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and it's in the resistance position. So some of you, you may have been feeling a little bit in limbo after the last couple of months or years. You may have felt like you've been drifting, like you've got goals that you're moving towards, you've been working really hard, and you are, accomplishing quite a lot. However, it just feels like you're on autopilot in some way. So I feel like you're actually going to ground yourself a little bit more, and it's really establishing what it is that you want, restoring a sense of clarity, and you're being really honest with yourself as well, clear thinking and direct. I feel like you're being very concise and precise in your world. You're making some major decisions, and you're being very straightforward and saying, this is what I want. And I feel like you're not compromising on the things that are really important to you, and I feel like that puts you in a really great position to accomplish those things. Now also the Seven of Pentacles can indicate some of you just want new strategies in your world, whether it's approaching a neighbor in a different way, or a neighborhood in a different way, or your job, or your friendships, or your relationships, or even family members. I get a sense that you just want an alternative something. I feel like you're reflecting on your progress to date, everything that's happened in 2023, and you're contemplating on where you want to take your life next. What is the next step? And I feel like, if manifestation hasn't shown up for you in some way, I feel like you're taking an alternative approach, because sometimes it's really important to recognize manifestation, it can work for us all, right? But it depends on the time that we give it. Sometimes we can ask for something really flippantly and not think about it ever again, and suddenly it shows up for you. And then other times we can really pressurize the universe and say, I really need this, please, I beg of you, bring this to me. I'm so desperate right now. And then the universe does not provide. So it's really important to find that happy medium. And when we have a cluttered mind, and I feel with the Seven of Pentacles, some of you have had so much on your plate, it's hard to really focus on what you truly want and visualize yourself like you got it now. And, I always say it's so important, like in the mornings, first thing in the morning, being grateful and thanking the universe. And in the evenings, just before bed, sort of clearing your mind and really focusing on an image of you living the life that you really want, like you got it now, and being grateful for it, because the universe kind of says, oh, Aquarius is living this life, this is great, and starts to magnetize all those things towards you. So I feel like you're getting a little bit clearer and finding mental space for you to be able to manifest a little bit more, as well as do all the things that life require of us. We as humans, we are bombarded with so many tasks, so much information, so much sound, so much everything, and it's hard to catch a break. And I really feel that 2024 is your breakthrough year, okay? Now, I haven't even done the yearlies, and don't get me wrong, 2024 is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster for us all collectively, but you will find your flow in that, and you will protect yourself and be flexible with the changes that are coming. Now, the Page of Pentacles, I feel like you are really looking at things that don't work for you, okay? And there may have been some news that you've been waiting for, you know, whether it's an email or a call or a text. I definitely see that it'll show up for you, but it may show up on the cusp of 2023 into 2024. I feel like it's very slow moving energy, whatever this is, but I feel like you're going to accomplish it or get it. You're going to get the good news and you're going to celebrate it. Some of you, it may be money news, okay? I definitely see that there's going to be some sort of correspondence about a bill. We've already talked about that. Maybe we shouldn't revisit that, but you know, that may be a little bit more than you're expecting, or it comes out earlier than you were expecting. Also, I get an energy here of, now this may not resonate with everyone, so I'm just going to give it to you the way that I'm getting it. Some of you, you know, you feel a little bit unappreciated as parents if you are a parent or guardian, and there may be a child that perhaps you're a little bit worried about. Maybe there's problems at school, or they don't particularly like school. I definitely get a sense here that you're going to see more focus from this child. I see that they're actually going to almost like reignite their lust, or lust for life, or their interest in something, and suddenly it's makes them like step up a little bit. Okay, so I feel like they were just going through a phase, is what I see. But it's just coming through that way. They start to make a lot more effort in 2024. I feel like they were struggling with boredom, because this child is actually very intelligent. They have very high IQ, and I feel like they're a little bit like more mature than other people in their class. So it's almost like they got a little bit, not complacent. I don't want to put that energy there because I don't feel that. It's almost like they are unstimulated. They need a little bit more excitement, or they are a little bit further ahead than other people. But there's something coming in the new year where suddenly they're like back in the room and they're really excited to move forward. And there's a lot of progress there. Okay, so that's for somebody out there. I don't know who needs to hear that, but it's definitely showing up there too. Now, of course, home is where the heart is. So I definitely see you looking at who you consider your soul tribe, who deserves a place in your life, and who certainly does not. Okay, this card is number 11, so it really is about your soul path, and you're trying to create that life of comfort, stability for those that you care about, but also for yourself. And this is a card also to take some rest, okay, to regenerate. You're starting with the 9 of Wands, so a lot of you have had some very difficult times this year, feeling really wounded in situations that perhaps disappointed you or didn't go your way. Some of you have felt a little bit discouraged with the energy. Some of you have done, so many wonderful things and have accomplished so much, and you're kind of like exhausted and wondering what's next. And at the same time, you feel that you're a little bit hesitant about what is to come. But I definitely see that you're going to find comfort in the moment. And when you get this card, it actually has a meaning itself, and it's to know what makes you comfortable. To keep the home fires burning, which means to have faith, to don't give up on something. You're creating a very peaceful, beautiful home life, decluttering things, also nourishing the mind, body, and soul. And you're focusing on your inner life, what really matters to you, who really matters to you, okay? But also, I really get this spark of like reigniting your passion for life, and also, children around you are excited about not just this time period, but I feel there's a lot more exciting things to come if you have children in your life as well. But also, I mean, some of you may adopt a pet at this time. That's coming through briefly. But also, I feel a lot of you are connecting to your inner child and to a part of yourself that perhaps you feel like you've lost touch with. Okay, so whether it was just going off on adventures, every second week, if you were lucky enough to do that, or whether it's a big vacation that you always wanted to take, or whether it's like a childhood dream that you thought was impossible, suddenly you find your way towards it. And I feel the universe is encouraging you to be bold and daring and open yourself up to these new possibilities. Now, we do have the Ace of Cups there, which is a gift from the universe, okay? Because you are a gift from the universe to those who are in your life. The Ace of Cups is holding that feeling that all is well, that, what matters most is love and the people you care about. And if you're currently looking for your soul tribe, I definitely see that you're going to meet people where you will have an emotional bond between each other. And I feel like these people will be in your life long term as well. Now, the Ace of Cups really is about, hope, all the possibilities available to you, and bringing a dream to life. And I definitely see that that's what you're working towards, whatever that may be. And even in the most difficult of times, you're still finding the warmth and the love, because you're trying to be really optimistic. Because, of course, we could dwell on the darker side of what's going on in the world. And whilst I see you being really generous and trying to do your bit and trying to bring goodness to your part of the world, I feel like you're not ignoring the negative things that are going on. I feel like you're acutely aware, but also I feel like you're trying to raise your vibrations and extend love and care and kindness and generosity to people, even people that you don't know. And you're hoping that that changes vibrations, that you are an earth angel. That's what I see you as right now, an earth angel, where you are really like helping people. It's like you're distributing the love, the kindness, even when life gets a little bit frustrating. Now, also, of course, if you are looking for love, the Ace of Cups is a new person coming into your life, someone who is very romantic, someone who is a welcome addition to your energy, because you've gone through a deep personal journey. And I feel like you're recognizing that you are a gift, and that anyone who joins you in love, they bring as much to the table as you do. So I definitely see that there's wonderful reciprocity there as well. Also, I feel, well, I've mentioned that already, you're going to hear from someone that you really care about, that perhaps you've lost touch with, or maybe there was some sort of disagreement, but there's still love there. I feel there's a reconnection there, a reunion there as well. And the Ten of Cups, it's almost like the Hearth card. It's kind of like happiness, serenity, peace, good fortune, well-being in the home space, taking pleasure in all that you've accomplished, taking stock of where you've been, where you are right now, and all that you want to accomplish as you move forward. So I definitely see there's a lot of warmth for you. I feel that the cup will be full, even though you may not have things that you still want in your world. I feel like you're being grateful for all that you have, and recognizing that the universe, like a boomerang, is bringing more good stuff right back to you. And this Ten of Cups energy is also that, you and your family, it's like you may not be like super rich, like billionaires, but, the relationships that you do have in your life, the really important moments, that's worth more than gold itself. And I really get a sense that you're like recognizing what's truly important in life. Now, of course, it's important to have money to pay bills and established, a sense of comfort and security. And I definitely see that you are doing those things. But also, I feel it's more about the little things. I'm seeing here someone who's being really thoughtful towards you and gifting you something that perhaps you've always wanted, that you may have talked about years ago and they remember. Okay, it could even be months ago, but I definitely get a sense there's someone here who's going to gift you something that you kind of said you really wanted, and then it sort of like, got left there. And this person remembers and is going to gift it to you. And I also see something a little bit free coming your way as well. So it could be like as small as like a free coffee, or someone pays it forward and pays for your groceries. Or, it could even be that you're walking down the sidewalk and you find a little bit of money there on the sidewalk. So I'm really getting a sense here that there's a resource coming your way as a little gift. And it just puts a little smile on your face there as well. Okay, now I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you. Let's see what else is coming your way, or any advice that needs to come out for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so we have Heyoka. Okay, and this card is don't avoid whatever is triggering you, move through it and heal yourself. Mirror empath triggers and need healing. And I feel it's more to do with a certain person who perhaps has been, pushing your buttons or pushed your buttons, and there's distance between you and this person. I feel that this gets resolved, or both of you like face it head on and there's a conversation there. But also, sometimes the problem or the obstacle, it is the way through. It is the path through. If you notice in your life that you are constantly being given situations where the lesson seems to be similar or the same, I feel like you're starting to recognize that something needs to be done about it. So, for example, many years ago when I was dating, I would like meet a person and certain situations would keep being reoccurring, okay? Like I would find them out on a lie. I'm a Scorpio. You know, you shouldn't lie to anybody, but Scorpios will always find the lie, right? And, you know, I tended to meet people, this is when I was really younger, meet people who were a little bit loose with the truth, and it would really wound me. And I would think, you know what? And I would just get really angry and rageful and think, you know what, I got to mistrust everybody because this person lied to me and then the next person would lie to me. And I was like, hang on a minute. There's something going on here. There's a bit of a pattern or a bit of a cycle. Why am I avoiding this? Because normally when I'd hear that lie or that whatever it was, you know, untruth, I'd actually just disconnect. I would like step away from it. I was very immature at the time. I didn't know really how to handle it. I was in pain or it was hurtful. So I would step away and distance myself from that person and think, well, you know what? You don't get anything from me. I'm just going to you're never going to hear from me again. Okay. But I should have had an open conversation with this person. Like, well, why? Or I found them out and I should have kind of confronted them about it. But the lesson kept coming until finally I said enough. And, you know, the final person who was to really try to get away with stuff with me, I sort of said, you know, I caught you doing this. This is not cool. You know, why? What's going on there? And we had a really honest, open conversation. And I really respected that. But it almost broke the cycle of repeat. And I was running away from something that perhaps I should have, you know, really confronted way before that. So that's just a really small, example. Everybody's going to have a different example. Is there something that you're running away from or that you're avoiding, perhaps, that you need to just nip it in the bud and therefore process the trigger, as it were? We've also got waiting. While you're waiting, ask yourself, is it worth the wait for? Expectation, hopeful, delays, and stagnation. I mean, pauses are really important. There is purpose in pause. It gives us an opportunity to re-examine our priorities, see if we have matured from situations that perhaps we don't really want anymore, or we may want more than ever. So I feel it's really about looking at what's important in your life. As I said, it's the little things, the most important things to you, you're going to be focusing on at this time, and you're not wasting your energy or time with anything else other than that. Now we also have the spirit dance. So this is life is a dance between making it happen and letting it happen. So that's being in the flow. And it says movement, guiding spirit, and flexibility. And that definitely came up in your reading. And I feel like you are going to benefit from that flexibility when you move into 2024 as well. And we've got rushing in. Now, I just want to there's an energy, a pocket of energy that just really came out at me. Some of you, not all of you, my beautiful Aquarians, so this may not resonate with everyone. Some of you may have just lost your job or be made redundant, okay? And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I know it's difficult. There's going to be a couple of opportunities that do come in for you. You're going to choose the one that gives you the most money, of course, but also the one where you feel it just feels like home. Know that this was meant to happen to guide you towards something better, okay? So you're not being abandoned by the universe. I want you to be aware of that. It may feel really tough and you've been struggling and you may be a little bit worried, but I definitely see something coming through for you. So, I mean, the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, an offer, something you'll love that gives you more comfort. Some of you may be able to move into a new apartment or, even buy real estate later on if that's what you're hoping to do. But I definitely see that, you're going to be financially comfortable. So things will change for you. We've also got rushing in. You're manifesting something or someone into existence rather quickly. Fast action, taking off quickly and rushing. Okay, so again, something that you may have felt the universe has forgotten you regarding a manifestation is actually on target. You're going to get it in divine timing, but it's not too far away now. So I feel the start of 2024 is actually going to be quite interesting for you, and you're going to see some stuff that you've really worked hard for, be present in your world. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay. Now, very interesting. We have 2 crescent moons with a pentacle. So this can indicate that there is money coming on in by the end of January. Okay, so extra money coming on in towards you because it's like moon cycles. We're going through a moon cycle right now. And I feel by the next moon cycle, there is some sort of extra resource coming your way. It could be in terms of a promotion, raise, bonus, or some sort of extra income, or perhaps it is, you know, the money that gets taken out early, or if it's money that gets taken out of your account and it's more than the bill should be. Maybe you get recompense, as I said, in next year. It doesn't feel like it's this year. It feels like it's more 2024. So I definitely see that coming in as well. But also this is about the effort. And as you can see there, the two moons, it kind of represents that, you know, in between worlds, you're going through a transformational period and you may be trying to keep all the plates spinning. And you've been spreading yourself thin, it will get easier, okay? I definitely see it will get easier there for you. But when we have that crescent energy that's coming through right now, it kind of means some sort of new beginning. Making an effort to bring something new or someone new into your life, and things are going to get infinitely more exciting and fun, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in your reading. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.